Well, we've kind of, me and Dan have been working on the Raving Age for quite a while actually. We met quite a few years ago. We started working on guitar stuff in about 2009, 2010, and it was just us. We were just friends. We met. We both play guitar. We're both into similar music, and it naturally sort of progressed into writing some stuff. Originally, it wasn't like the band wasn't the main focus. It was just a bit of fun, and but we were quite happy with the stuff we were coming up with, and we decided to I think it's actually quite decent material. Let's go for it, So we decided to get band members in, and February 2013 was our first show at a small sort of studio showcase, and and since then it's just spiraled, and we've lucky enough to tour around the world, and we've just signed to a BMG, so it's all good.
Yeah, and obviously the album's going to be coming out on the 17th of March, so we've got like a whole tour with Anthrax now. We go on Thursday around Europe, so we'll be doing that for the next 6 weeks. Album drops on the day after the tour finishes, so it's all kind of been a bit crazy for us recently, but it's we can't complain, it's all very good. Yeah, so the album is pretty much a natural evolution from the EP that we released a couple of years ago. It's quite a long album. It's sort of 77 minutes long, so it's a very long album, but we feel like it's a true representation of what our band is to date. We're very much into kind of our melodic, epic sort of pieces of music. There aren't many short songs on the album, but we feel that the songs are as long as they need to be to tell a story. And there's a lot of different types of stories on there as well. George is the main lyricist, so he can talk about that in more detail, but in general the album's got a real sort of diverse range, very melodic, very heavy, but very accessible, I believe. So.
Yeah, George.
For this album, same as our EP, we worked with producer Matt Hyde. He's worked on some monumental metal albums, it's kind of why we approached him in the first place. He's worked with Slipknot, Trivium, As I Lay Dying, Bullet for My Valentine, Funeral for a Friend, all these bands that we looked up to growing up and sort of made us pick up the guitar in the first place. And it was quite cool to be able to work with him, knowing he's been in the studio with these bands and had these influences and stuff. So that was a really cool process. He's a really nice guy, and we're really happy with how it's come out.
How we compose, what's the normal process? We actually normally start with a guitar riff. That's pretty much the start of every song. So obviously both being guitarists, we will come up with various ideas on the guitar. And if it's one that we really like, we would then just build the song around that riff. Whether that was the intro, middle part of the song, or end part, it all kind of stems around that. And we tend to kind of finish the musical side of the song first. And then once that's complete, George normally looks at doing the lyrics for it. But a lot of the time we can tell by the music at the end of the song is like, what is this song actually trying to tell? What story is it picturing? And then that'll give you a sort of concept ideas for what the song's going to actually be about lyrically. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it kind of never really it was never really a thing that it was just going to be me and Dan writing the songs. We kind of just did what we felt was right at the time, and I kind of assumed we was going to get a singer come in, write the lyrics and the melodies and do all the vocal part. But because we were kind of on our own for a good four years or something writing stuff, we just progressed into doing it ourselves, and then it kind of stuck like that for the moment. I mean, who knows what it's going to be like in the future? I'm sure the other guys will get more involved in the writing process, but at the moment it's just the two of us.
George,
this is an ESP. It's an LTD deluxe, so it's an MH.
And your tuning, please.
Sorry?
Your tuning.
Drop B flat. We tuned to, so nice and low. We originally tuned to drop C, but we found that, I guess it's my fault really, it's a lot of the vocal melodies that I was writing were like way up there, like really high. So, and it was quite difficult, especially because the songs are so long, and it's like, it's just difficult to pull off live. So we actually decided to tune down another tone and go to drop B flat, which at first we were a bit like, oh, not sure about this, it's so low, but we actually started playing the songs in it in this tuning, and we actually found that we quite liked it. It sounded more sort of heavy and meaty sounding. But I use an LTD Deluxe. It's an MH1000 ET, which ET is for Evertune. The reason I've got this guitar is because it has the Evertune bridge built in standard. I was sort of had my eye on these things for a little while. I saw a few of them online and stuff, and I was sort of fascinated because I'm kind of simple when it comes to setup and everything. And this just basically when we recorded the EP, I found myself every single take I was doing, I found retuning it takes so long, and this kind of eliminates that completely. It really does work. Like I can't recommend it enough. To be honest, it's great for tour as well. It sort of gets rid of that anxiety of being out of tune on stage and stuff like that. So this is kind of why I went with this guitar. But in general, I've always had my eye on ESP guitars. I think it's just because the bands you look up to, I guess, you know, Metallica use them. The guys from Parkway Drive were using them. They're a big influence on my guitar playing. So I was naturally sort of drawn towards them.
Yeah. And then your guitar?
Yeah, so similar sort of story to George really. It's all about influence for me because I'm into Schecter, and this is a Hellraiser special. It's actually a few years old now, but it's most reliable for me, so I tend to always go back to the one I'm used to. But it actually started with Avenged Sevenfold, so they've used Schecter guitars, and I actually had Sinister Gates' custom guitar when I used to be a fan of them back in the day, and I just loved the way it played. I loved the way that it sounded. The whole guitar just felt so playable. So then it was kind of, okay, I like Schecter, let's try and get a guitar that's basically Sinister Gates custom without the branding on it, which is when I found this. And then since then I've had the Schecter C1 Hybrid, which is kind of an extension to this, but pretty much I like to keep it very basic, very playable, and yeah, I'm totally into these guitars. They're brilliant.
What sort of amp you use on the stage?
We actually use Orange, which is what I'm using behind me here. Yeah, funny enough, we managed to get a sort of deal with Orange, which is brilliant. They helped us out on the whole main tour, and we're using them again on the Anthrax tour. Not this head though. We're using Rockaverb's Mark IIIs, which sound great. They were nice enough to let me go down to their warehouse and actually try one out before. So I mean, originally I wasn't like that aware of them. I was kind of thought, oh, we need like a really high gain amplifier for the style of music we play. So I was like, I'm not sure, does Orange do this like sort of style? Anyway, I went down there and tried it out, and I was like kind of blown away with how good it sounded. So I was like, definitely, yeah. And you know, they've been brilliant. They've loaned us gear for the whole 6 month main tour. For the Anthrax tour, it's going really well.
Mm. And you have the same.
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 We're literally both guitarists, and yeah.
So perhaps you use some pedals.
We actually on the maiden tour, actually, especially touring as well. Not a huge effects pedal guy. I'm not into the great big loads of effects and stuff. I really try and keep it simple. I literally just use like a digital delay and a boost and like just the channel switcher. So I just like have my clean, a bit of delay. I've got obviously the gain channel, boost for some solos, and a bit of, I just use the delay, and there's a bit of reverb on there which I sometimes use, but I really like to keep it simple just because I don't know, I'm one of those guys, too many wires going everywhere for me, and a lot of stuff seems to go wrong for me on stage quite a bit, so I'm one of those unlucky guys, so I'll just keep it nice and simple.
And you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. We have exactly the same setup, so when we come to do our solo parts, we're both boosted, and yeah, it's all very straightforward. But
a real twin guitarist.
Yeah.
All
exactly.
the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. He copies me. Actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joking.
I think I have now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Levels okay?
Yeah, should we get that going?
Yeah.
Intro promise then, yeah.
And into the riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, thank you. I see that the different way for your right hand. You play only a down struck, and you play up and down struck.
Yeah. I have a weird pick technique as well.
Yeah, you kind of hold your pick with like 3 fingers, don't you?
Yeah,
two fingers
in
on
the thumb. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess down
sorry.
pick a lot more.
Can you show your pick, please?
My pick. Yeah, it's actually out of date now because it says 2016 on it. But yeah, we got these made up. That's that side, and then the other side it's got my name and my signature on the back.
On light.
On light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Mine's the same. I've just got his name as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I guess I just don't really think about it too much. It's just a natural thing.
The main riff is only on the down struck.
Yeah.
Like Enfield Metallica style. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the feeling of the downstroke for some reason. I don't know if I'm a bit more punchy, but I'm not too sure. It's just a natural thing. I don't really think I want to sound like Metallica or anything. You know, it's just how I ended up writing. You know, we wrote the riff. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's nothing technical in it really.
Yeah, sorry. You down, you sank, and down, up.
Yeah, I think that's.
I didn't even know we did that.
Yeah, no, it's like just natural to me. I don't really think about it too much, really. Just as long as it's sounding how we want it to sound. Yeah.
Great riff.
Thank you.
We want to speak about this.
Yeah, this
for your hand, it's the same for me.
Yeah.
Your right hand is the same, so no question for the right hand.
We ruled that one out. This is just an idea. It was at the end of a rehearsal back in quite a while ago now. Everyone was packing down, and Dan just sitting there with his guitar, and you just started playing that, didn't you? You randomly just started playing the intro. Sort of wandered over. Oh, what's that? What's that? Sounds quite cool. And then stuck the Terminator style chugs over the top of it, and then it kind of went from there, and ended up using that sort of intro as the main riff, but lower down. And then just spawned from there. We decided to keep it nice, build it up as much as we possibly can. Crash in with double pedals, everything, go all out, and then go half time with the. That's just basically how Angel in Disgrace was written.
Now the solo of this song.
Yeah.
So do you want to do your first bit? I'll do the chords behind it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you. It reminds me the melody of the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
I think. Who want to speak about this solo? Dan.
Well, actually, George was probably best to talk about this. When we were coming up with the song, we kind of had the chord progression for the middle bit, and then you just came up with this cool little lick, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just it's tough to kind of explain like where it came from. Really, it was just one of those things. It was literally the first thing I played. We had that chord progression going, and we did, you know, there was a chorus, and I kind of felt like I need to go somewhere else, and that was literally the first thing I played was. And then I thought, oh, that sounds like it really could do with it, lend itself to have a harmony with it. That'd be really nice. And then we both sat and sort of worked out the next part, didn't we? It's nice and simple. It's not too kind of shreddy, but that's kind of our style. You know, I'm not overly into kind of 100-mile-an-hour solos. Never really been motivated to kind of play that out. Much prefer something you can remember, which is kind of why a lot of our stuff is slow, but it's melodic.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Riff,
Yeah.
solo, yeah?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dan and George.
No problem.
The twin guitarist of Raven Age. See you on tour on March with Anthrax in Paris.
See you soon.
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Thank you. Cheers.